So just a little bit about me. I have been in the real estate business for almost 30 years now. I started out in land development in Tennessee and just have worn just about every hat that there is with land development. So I've been, the last 12 years, I have been specializing in active adult communities down here at the coast of North Carolina. I am a North Carolina native, although I am a military brat and born in Okinawa. And but my mom and dad were born and raised in a little town called Whiteville, which is Columbus County, which is one county over from where we are in Brunswick County. I went to NC State, and life happened, and I pulled out before I graduated, but I am an NC State fan. I am the owner of Creekmore Realty Group, and I'm brokered by EXP. So if you're not familiar with EXP, it is, well, it's quite honestly, it's the largest brokerage on the planet. I am a partner agent with 55 Places. A lot of people that I've helped in Brunswick County have found me through 55 Places. And I've been in part of the Platinum Club 7 out of the last, I don't know, 12 years, which just simply means that I'm very attentive to my clients. Since I joined EXP, I have reached the level of icon, which also means that I'm attentive to my clients. And my wife and I, Cindy, we have, oh, I need to update this. We got 5 grandchildren. So holy crow, we're growing. So let me tell you, I've got a methodology of helping people buy real estate. And it's called the Martini method of buying real estate. So here's a 45-second video. Let me share it with you real quick, and then we'll move along.
I'm watching the video. He's already doing the video.
Hey, this is Chris Creekmore, Creekmore Realty Group and EXP Realty at the coast of North Carolina. Wanted to take just a moment to describe to you our methodology and how we help our clients find the right house in the right area. So let's break this down. The glass is the area. The vodka is the community. The olive, that's the house. What we want to make sure we do is we drop the olive in the right glass. So if nothing else, I think what I want people to know about this is we're patient. We know it's a step in a process in trying to learn the area, the communities, and the area is certainly extremely important because a lot of people that are working with us have never been here before, or maybe have a relative here and just know very limited knowledge of the area. So that's our general process. Let's make sure we want to live in Brunswick County or Wilmington County, or which is actually New Hanover or Pender, and we identify the community or the area, and we find the house. That the house we want to make sure is in the right area. So that's our process in trying to help our clients. So the coast of North Carolina is extremely attractive for people either relocating for work or retirees. Now, the vast majority are the people who are coming to retire. They may be finishing a career, working remotely, doing some consulting, but a lot of people are moving here to retire. So the area that we cover is New Hanover County and Pender County, and as well as Brunswick County. Now, in Brunswick County, that's where you have the lion's share of the amenity-based communities, and it's there's a bunch. So part of our role is to help you understand where they are, what's the difference, what's the price point, why somebody would choose one over the other. But we do cover the entire county or tri-county area. So why are people moving here? Low taxes, that's a biggie. The low taxes are really more so the property taxes. You may have a lower tax rate on food and other things in other states, but the main bulk of the savings is in property taxes. So we are 70 degrees today. I heard on the news today that the high back in 74 or something like that was 80. So we have had warmer days in February, but it typically in the winter, we are anywhere from 48 to 52 degrees. That's our typical winter weather. Our summer weather, 88 degrees. We have less than 15 days that actually break over 90. So weather is pretty good. Our humidity is higher, true, but here with the Intracoastal Waterway and the ocean, we have this constant breeze, and so it keeps it very tolerable, extremely tolerable. It's rare that I will walk out and then my shirt is sweaty. It's just rare. So hurricanes, people ask me all the time, hurricanes, should I be afraid of it? Well, I mean, we get them, yes, but we have this great body of water called the Intracoastal Waterway that separates the majority of the master planned communities from the ocean. So we get the tidal surges are not things that we worry about in the master planned communities. So there are well over 30 amenity-rich communities. When I say an amenity community, at least a pool, but there are many that pool, tennis, pickleball, golf, clubhouses, indoor pool, fitness gyms. I mean, bocce ball. You name it. So when we get over to the map, we'll talk about the three main epicenters of Brunswick County and the beaches. We've got over 80 miles of shoreline. We have three great hospitals. One of these three is actually just inside of the South Carolina line. And we have two international airports. One's in Myrtle Beach. The other one is in Wilmington, and well over 30 golf courses. Again, while I'm going through this webinar, if anybody has a question and you want me to address it right away, raise your hand and I'll make sure that we address that question. Okay, so this is Brunswick County. The green is Brunswick County. And I have defined Brunswick County in three major sections. So the darker shade of green, which is the Charlotte epicenter area, this is where you have Home Depot, Lowe's Home Improvement, banks, lots of grocery stores, just lots of services are there, surrounded by golf courses and very convenient to three of the 5 beaches that are in Brunswick County, Ocean Isle, Sunset, and Holden Beach. So people choose this area because they do want quicker access to the ocean and be surrounded. I mean, you're in a mecca of golf, really. Some of these communities like Ocean Ridge has a golf course, and then other communities like Meadowlands doesn't have a golf course. They all have amenities. They all are very attractive. This middle corridor, the lighter shade of green or the mid shade of green, this is an area where you're going to see a lot of growth over the years, but St. James is definitely the behemoth of the communities down here in Brunswick County. It is a private community in that in order to buying property in St. James does not permit you to use the swimming pools. You have to be a club member in addition. So it has the best fitness center in the entire Brunswick County. It has more tennis and more pickleball, more golf courses than any other community in the entire county. But there is a cost associated to that. Whiting River Plantation, one of my favorite communities. John, a panelist on here, is also a property owner. In fact, I helped John and Connie build property in Whiting River many years ago, River C. So people are choosing this corridor because of Southport, the other epicenter in this county. Southport, if you've never been there, Google it. In fact, we email lots of information, and we can share with you about Southport, but it's an old maritime town, and it's some people say, hey, it reminds me of Nantucket, but it's just a really, really cool little town. And if you're in the golf cart district, means that you can ride a golf cart down to Fishy and get a cocktail and dinner and appetizer, whatever, and ride your golf cart back. It's a very limited district, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So when people say to me, Chris, I'm spoiled. I don't want to go far for the grocery store. I don't want to go far for services. I dine out quite a bit, or I just want to have things where's my fingers? Things at the tip of my fingers. That's Leland. And Leland with Brunswick Forest, Magnolia Greens, Waterford, Compass Point. Brunswick Forest is on this map. It would take me 10 minutes to get to downtown Wilmington, to put things into perspective. So very amenitized communities. Brunswick Forest and Compass Point are the most amenitized. Magnolia Greens started in 1998, 99, and then came Waterford, then came Brunswick Forest, and then came Compass Point. Brunswick Forest has got a market village out front. So does Waterford. So, I mean, you're not even leaving the development. You're going to a Harris Teeter or a Lowe's Home Improvement. There's Emerge Ortho. If you're playing pickleball and you broke your wrist, you got a place to go. So anyhow, that's a big reason that people choose there. New Hanover County, which encompasses approximately 85% of Wilmington, or let me say this. New Hanover County, 85% of New Hanover County is actually Wilmington. So that covers all the way down to Curry Beach, Carolina Beach, Wrightsville Beach. And there are some very, very attractive planned communities that are in here, in particular, Del Webb. Del Webb is inside of Riverlights, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But Del Webb is also building a new one in between Brunswick Forest and this road, which is River Road, which is very convenient to get down to Southport. And Pender County is just above the Wilmington area. So let me show you a little bit about our website if you've not been on, and why it'll help you in navigating. So on the website, you can get to it by either plugging in nccoastallivinghomes.com, which Linus is going to put into the chat, that URL. So if you want to copy and paste to your browser, he's going to put that in chat. Or you could simply navigate it by www.retire2nc.com. LLC, you don't need any. So I've tried to make this website fairly user-friendly, where we're identifying the epicenters, where you can click on the Leland, and then it'll tell you a little bit about Leland, and a link to the town history, and you can just stay and navigate on the town of Leland. But if you want to see the homes, you'll click here for the 417 homes that are in Leland. So then you move down a little bit more. These 6 here are the largest and the most popular, just simply by size. But as you see, as I scroll down, there are many more. You can click on the bar for St. James, shows you where it's at, and also some demographics about the property, or not demographics, but pricing structure. And then again, also you can click here and see some of the homes that are for sale in. You can save a search. You can also through the website, if you click on a property, you can request information about a particular property from there. So then also, if you look in the top right-hand corner, 55 plus communities, here we have broken it down by community, and you see there's many more that are included other than the top 6. And also you just click on the display bar, and then that'll show you the properties that are for sale in those areas. So I'm constantly working on improving the community, but this is the bulk of the master plan communities. Again, there are many more. So depending on your price range, where you like to be in size of home, whether you want a townhome condo or a single family home, this is a good start to do your research. So let's go back to the presentation if we can. And if you have any questions, raise your hand and I will be happy to answer those. Okay, so just some basic numbers here. So we've got 3 slides that'll show you the general price of property, where the market is in Brunswick County, New Hanover County, and Pender County. I'm not going to dwell too hard on this, but to just point out some important things. The median sale price is $371. So prices, half of the prices are in Brunswick County are either below or above, but the average sales price is around $469. A very gentle increase this last year. This is 2023 statistics. Very gentle increase from the previous year of 3.5%. Properties sold is down because inventory is down. Now you'll see as we go into some other slides, there's a lot of inventory coming on the market. Certainly interest rates are starting to get down. We expect that they'll be below 6 in this calendar year, which means there will be a lot more people coming into the market. So the timing is still extremely good. New Hanover County. So this is a working and living and breathing town where you have access to industry, access to lots of jobs, and so there are more families in here and far fewer master plan communities in New Hanover County, and the price is quite a bit higher than they are in Brunswick County. In fact, the taxes are almost double in New Hanover County than they are in Brunswick County. Pender County, look at that. Only 1332 properties sold compared to 1440 and 5377. So Pender is kind of an up and coming, and there are more planned communities that are in Pender County. So that's just some general numbers of what to expect if you're interested in one of those 3 counties. So Brunswick County is the fastest growing county in North Carolina. it is the county population grew 85% since 2000. Now, people ask me all the time, is the infrastructure keeping up with it? Pretty much. Is there some growing pains? Yeah, there's going to be, but for the most part, we're able to keep up with the growth that's coming in. And also, very important to look at this. Brunswick County is the sixth largest county in the 10 or 100 counties of North Carolina, and it is 70% undeveloped at this point. So it is, we are not packed like sardines in Brunswick County by any stretch of the means. So just so you know, 282,000 environmental concerns. That means there's 282,000 acres of wetlands that the Planning Commission makes sure is protected when a developer puts more property on the ground. Now, this chart was in my newsletter, and I think it was before Christmas. But anyhow, if you're getting my newsletter, I hope you are. This is the kind of information that we do put in our newsletter. Home prices are expected to climb. Interest rates are expected to come down a little bit. But the good news is in 2024, we're looking at a 2.3%. Now, this is in general for this area of North Carolina, but this is pretty close to what people are experiencing in other states as well. So we're looking at a steady climb of property values, but in 2024, if you want to get in, 2024 is a good year to do it. If you bought property in 2024, in 5 years, you would look at an equity of over 72,000 in a 5-year period with this growth pattern. So that's pretty cool. All right. So now let's dive into some new stuff. So people ask me all the time, I'm looking at Brunswick Forest. I really like Brunswick Forest, but is there something new that's coming? Well, the answer is yes. And there's no way I could have put on this map the amount of new little pins to identify all of them. So what I tried to identify is 6 of the ones that are either here now or coming like really, really soon. And they're really exciting properties. All of these that are coming on are really, really neat properties. And then we have some that we're going to keep our eye on: Rice Creek and Southport Meadows. So Rice Creek is right in here, and it does border a body of water, Rice Creek. And so there's planned nice amenity features, green space along Rice Creek. Rice, if you did not know, Brunswick County was one of, prior to Emancipation Proclamation, was one of the greatest exporters of rice. So they were using the water off the Cape Fear River and also all the marshlands and just the creeks that run along and through here. So just a little history for you. Moving from south up to the southwest, moving up, Coastal Club. This is a really neat community. Lots of water sites that are coming on board. And this community will have great access into Little River and North Myrtle Beach without having the headache of living in North Myrtle Beach or Little River, which gets quite congested during the summer. But this is a neat little community, very convenient to Calabash and very easy to get to the beaches, Sunset Beach, Ocean Isle Beach, and Bird Island's a neat little place if you're a fisher person or a kayak person. It's amazing. The sanctuary, Bill Clark is the developer of the sanctuary. Great homes in that area, and this is like a coastal cottage kind of environment where you can immediately walk to the grocery store. You can immediately walk to Fibber McGee's and have a beer and a Reuben sandwich. It's a neat location. Rice Creek, I said, it's kind of an up and coming. So is Southport Meadows. Southport Meadows, the builder will be Pulte in Southport Meadows. We have no idea who the builders will be in Rice Creek. It's just that new. The Oaks is a neat little community in downtown Southport. There's only going to be 14 homes in this little section, and it's in what's called the golf cart district, where you can ride your golf cart down to the pier at Southport, cast a line into the Cape Fear River, which is also the Intracoastal Waterway, because the Intracoastal Waterway makes its way right down through this way. Neat little development. Brunswick Forest, big time community, lots of amenities, very convenient. Like I said, if you want things on the tip of your fingertips, it's there. Lots of pools, lots of clubhouses, lots of fitness centers. Not the same HOA status as St. James, whereas St. James, you have to be a club member to use the pools. In the neighborhood that you own land in Brunswick Forest, you can own land and be able to use the pools. You just pay your HOA due. So these are conversations when you want to know direct details about a community. This is when you reach out to me or my team, and we can give you extreme detail, depth information. So Del Webb here is going to be located inside a bigger community called Mallory Creek. So this Del Webb, they are building the roads, they're putting in the infrastructure, and there's going to be a release of land or homes in 2024. The Haven, Del Webb is the builder in Del Webb. If you're not familiar, is Pulte. So the Haven is inside of another big master plan community called Riverlights. Del Webb Wilmington is also located in Riverlights, but Del Webb Wilmington is sold out, and people love the Pulte homes. Excuse me. So Pulte was awarded the opportunity, of course they paid for it, to be the builder of the next section in the Riverlights. So let's go into a little bit more detail of these communities. So the sanctuary, again, it's a very coastal cottage kind of environment. There will be about 360 home sites in here. This is the phase one, if you will, of the development, and the amenity center is right over here. So they are just scratching the surface on this one. So there's lots of opportunity. This is a community where you can also ride your golf cart from the sanctuary onto Ocean Isle Beach. So no, I'm sorry. I misspoke. It's another Bill Clark. But anyhow, this community where it's located is almost dead between. Let me go back to this map. Sanctuary here. It's closer to Ocean Isle Beach, but you can easily get to Sunset Beach and Ocean Isle Beach. For somebody that wants quick access to the beach without being directly on the beach, that's about as good as you can get, and beautiful homes. So here is just giving you some of the pricing that they have on the homes, but the price range actually is $469 and up into almost $700 on some of the homes. So there are lower priced homes in here. So neat little cottage community. You've got a clubhouse. The clubhouse has some neat features with a resort style pool, community clubhouse, pool house and showers, fitness center, cabana, outdoor fireplace. That's right over here. They have this fireplace pavilion, grilling stations, outdoor lounge area, golf cart parking, and miles of sidewalks. I mean, you can get in your golf cart or walk, but you can get in your golf cart and go just minutes over to the grocery store or to Fibber McGee's. I mean, it's just right there. Okay, moving along. Del Webb, Leland. So Del Webb is pretty tight to the lip in providing information prematurely, but based on their practice in Del Webb over in Riverlights, you pick your home site, you pick your floor plan, and then you pick the features that go into the house. So they have 3 or 4 floor plans that fit in the 41-foot width plan, and 51 or 280 that are in the 51 site. Those are about another 3 or 4 plans, and then another 3 plans that are in the larger home sites. People love Del Webb for its amenities and its lifestyle. People do not go to Del Webb. Sue Toth, who's on this email, will tell you that this is not a place that Sue is going to live, because homes are close together. But people choose this because they don't care about how big the parcel is. They just want the lifestyle, and they don't want to take care of the yard. None of it, not of it. So that's a big reason. Now, this is just an example of what, and this is, you can find it on the Del Webb site, but this is what they're giving a depiction of what the indoor pool will be. So there'll be an indoor pool, outdoor pool, when I'm speaking for them, but passed as a guide, typically you will see an indoor pool, outdoor pool, fitness center, big clubhouse, walking trails, and all that. So pricing is unknown, but I'll imagine they're going to start somewhere in the 4s.
Chris, are there going to be any townhomes in there, or just all single family homes?
Single family homes. And so now this development is going to be in Brunswick Forest. This is the newest release in Brunswick Forest. This is a section that is different from D.R. Horton, different from just a lot of the other McKee and just a lot of the other production builders. Here you have, I've only identified 2 of the builders that will be in this section. There's probably going to be 8 builders in here, but these are what we call portfolio builders. And here you'll be able to pick your home site, you'll be able to pick your builder, and then you'll be able to personalize the floor plan. Whereas, let's say you don't want a tub, you want just a nice big shower, or maybe you even want to bump the kitchen out a little bit, or maybe you wanted to put in a wet bar. They will be able to customize the floor plan. So these are semi-custom builders. They are what we call portfolio builders because they have anywhere from 8 to 15 home sites or home plans. You pick one of those and then you build. And then you have, so the stage of purchase with this development, which is called Creekside at Brunswick Forest, pick your land, then you have an opportunity to pick your builder, independent of buying the land. And although some people will lump the home price into the land and with a construction to perm, again, details that we can share with you. And then when you pick your plan, let's say you pick a plan with Kent, then you will do your structural selections. And then 2 months later, you will do your interior selections. So it's a process. And Creekmore Realty Group, we've been doing this for years. So our process is to help you along in the entire process, alpha to omega, with the build, whether it's a spec home or if it's a new construction home. Okay. I'm really intrigued by this one. Chesapeake has started building in this area. They're actually building a smaller neighborhood very near my office. And the homes look to be, very good quality. So we're expecting the home prices to start around 400 in this community. They're going to have a amenity center with an amphitheater. They're going to have a central park, lots of walking and boardwalk paths, and swimming pool, bocce ball, clubhouse. This looks to be a really neat community. So this one, just as a refresher, is right on the state line. So pretty convenient to get to the airport, and lots of stuff in Calabash and lots of stuff in Little River and North Myrtle Beach. Home Depot, Lowe's, shopping plazas, all that kind of stuff is in North Myrtle Beach. Calabash is a really cool fishing town. If you've never been to Calabash, they will tell you that it is the #1 seafood capital of the world. Especially if you like fried oysters, fried shrimp, fried
Hey,
flounder.
hey, Chris.
Yes.
Debbie Petsky is raising her hand.
Oh, hey, Debbie. Let me try and open your mic, Debbie. Hey, Debbie. Can you?
Unmute. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay, great. Gary and I are coming next July or August.
Good.
Will we be able to see with you again some more information on the Del Webb in Mallory Creek, as well as this Creekside possibly?
I would expect by now in July, I'll have a lot of information.
Okay, good. Anything you can get, just send my way.
Okay.
And we're really interested in the HOAs in Del Webb and Brunswick Forest.
Okay. Yep. Great. Of course, we've been through that area together, and yeah, awesome. So I will absolutely make a note to reach out to you and plan to see you in July. But between now and then, so the Del Webb and the Carolina clubs, coastal clubs, they are paving, they are putting in infrastructure. So these areas are most definitely very, very, very close to being ready to put some houses on the ground. And
excellent.
so we will definitely stay in tune for everybody on what's happening. So Creekmore Realty Group, and thank you for bringing that up, Debbie. We are a resource. We are consultants. We are your guides for active adult communities, and we're pretty much a one-stop shop. So
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm excited about this one. I think this is going to be a neat little development. I believe there is somewhere around 280, maybe 300 home sites in here. Oh no, it's 724. Okay, so they must not be showing the entire development because it moves out from here. So there's more coming. Okay, so the Haven at Riverlights. So Riverlights is in a location where you can easily get to downtown. You can easily get to Carolina Beach. Very, very popular community. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,000 acres. And this gold section, these gold sections are pretty much built out, very close to being built out. There's lots of spec homes that are in there, but in this section, you will see a lot of two-story houses. This new section that Pulte will be building in, they will be taking their Del Webb model where people want primary and 1 or 2, if not 3 bedrooms on the first floor and maybe another bedroom above. So this will be ideal for people who want to have, again, things at the tips of their fingertips, and also be on single level living. So 151 home sites starting in the low 4s. So the square footage varies quite a bit because some people will put 2 bedrooms up and a loft, or just 1 bedroom up, or just a loft. So there's lots of flexibility in the floor plans that Pulte has on their homes. There will more than likely be past being the guide for what they've done in other neighborhoods. That being River Run, which is down in the Calabash area, smaller community. They had about 5 floor plans, and then you could modify those 5 floor plans. That's probably what we'll see in Riverlights. Again, they're moving earth, so they're making great progress there. Now, Seven Bridges. Seven Bridges here is going to be a market village, and there'll be restaurants and probably, you know, maybe a brewery. So there'll be neat little features or neat little services that are down in this area. Up here is in this top left corner. That's where you have lots of the boat marina there and some more shops. Okay, Kim, let me open your mic. Hi, Kim.
Chris, this is Phil Kramer. Kim had to take another call.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, greetings. Terrific presentation so far, and we do plan on coming in April. My question for you, when you're suggesting some of these prices like low 400s, is that just for the lot itself?
Excellent question. So in a community like the Haven, it'll be a package because Pulte is the one and only builder. So when you have only one builder, then it will be a package. So when we talk about this section, the land, so what I'm showing in the top right corner is what the land will be, and the cost to build a house could be 400, 500, 600, you know, depending on what you choose, past being the guide, because this section called Creekside is, if you will, the 3rd phase of what was called Osprey Landing, which sold out last year. So,
okay.
So, and I would anticipate for this will be land and home included. This one, because there's only one builder, Chesapeake, more than likely it will be that same model that Pulte takes.
Sure.
Del Webb certainly will be land home package, and this is also a land home package, but here at the sanctuary, they give you far more flexibility in making some structural changes, whereas the other communities like Del Webb, structural changes, unless it's on their option addendum, is not going to happen. You have to choose one of theirs. Yeah, so some will, some will not, but certainly, you know, when you guys come here, we'll we'll make sure you know. And John can reach out to you as well and make sure you're dialed in on that.
Understood. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Glad you were able to join us. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
This is going to be a neat little enclave, a little boutique neighborhood called the Oaks. And it's a local builder that is going to be building these 14 homes. And we can certainly email anybody that's interested the pricing of the homes. And so you're looking anywhere from 445, 424. The agent that represents this builder told me really with land. So to your question here, Phil, and this is the same format as Del Webb. You pick the land, but the land may have a premium value to it. So in this case, the land has anywhere from a 10 to a 15 to a 20,000 premium value.
55.
So
we're going to delete, right?
So it'll be part of that process, but you will be a homeland package. But let's say you want this one that's backing up to this pond, it may be a little bit more money than this one that's on the Pearl that's kind of near the entrance. But this neat little development, you can get your golf cart and go down to downtown Southport. So Southport has very, very, very little land for opportunities like this. So, but it's a neat town. Not for everyone, but it is a neat little town. Rice Creek is going to be a big boy. It's going to be a big, big boy. So we're going to keep our eye on it. We have no pricing. We have no idea of the builders. We don't even know when it's going to start. But we do know where it's going to be. And we do know that they have already started the process of going through the planning commission. And it borders, Rice Creek. So I would expect that there's going to be some very neat natural features along Rice Creek. And these here, I would anticipate will be townhomes down along and through here. So I've looked at this plat, and I think there's so many townhomes, so many single family, and I think there may even be some multifamily units there. But uber convenient area from where Rice Creek is to get into Leland, to get into Wilmington, or get in down to Southport. So really neat little location for Rice Creek. While I'm on this map, the last one on this slide, oops, wrong direction. Last one on the side is Southport Meadows, which is outside of the downtown district, but certainly very convenient to Southport. This will be all Pulte homes in there. There'll be both single family and townhomes. Very, very new, something that we're keeping our eye on, which is, again, we're a resource to you. So please do stay in touch with us so that we can keep you in the loop with these new developments. What they have approved, now this could change. It's not uncommon for a developer to resubmit plans, but we're anticipating 128 single family homes and 120 townhomes. So I hope this was helpful. Again, we are Creekmore Realty Group. There's 4 on my team currently. And please go onto our website, nccoastallivinghomes.com or retiretonnc.com. You can register for more information, or email us from there for more information. But I'm going to just unmute everybody real quick and open up for any Q&A that or questions that you may have. or anything you'd like to say, whether you like the presentation or not.
Yeah, I
Well-
thought you had a great presentation, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you, Debbie. I do
You're
appreciate that.
welcome. You're welcome.
Very, very much. Does anybody have anything they'd like to say or any questions?
I got a couple questions, Chris.
Okay, and we are,
I'm Bob from Michigan with Bob and Jill.
oh, hey, Bob.
We're setting in 18 inches of snow, so North Carolina looks
Good.
relatively attractive.
Yes,
Um,
so am I.
Kind of in terms of purchasing a property with a house to be built, approximately how long does it take from the start of the project to finish?
So in a development like Del Webb, that's going to be about 7 months
Okay.
because they already know what they're going to build for the most part on those home sites. And so the process is a little bit quicker. Now, in a section in Brunswick Forest Creekside, process is a little bit longer for a couple of reasons. One, because you have more customization, you will have a actual design meeting with the designer for that builder, be it Kent, Liberty, Atlantic, or whoever that would be. That process is closer to 10, and it could be 12 months. So that's more of the time frame, again, depending. Now, the builders often, in fact, in Brunswick Forest, they will be putting some spec inventory on the market as well with some lease back opportunities. So the build process will go a little bit quicker, but on those lease backs, if you're not familiar with it, the builder wants you to own the house, and then they want to stage that house and use it as a model. So it's a great opportunity for people to buy a house before they're ready to move, and also get some revenue to offset the mortgage. And that there will be some leaseback opportunities in Creekside.
Because part of the problem that we have, sometimes property up here will sell the same day. So I could quite literally put the house on the market and have it sold by Friday, and then I have nowhere to go. So I guess the lease back would be something to consider.
Well, it means that your time to move in would be longer.
Yeah.
So in fact, I helped a lady, her and her husband, buy a lease back in Brunswick Forest. The house was almost completed at the time. So their lease is going to end somewhere probably the next 2 months. They have not put their house on the market because they knew, like you, the house will sell very quick. So they bought the house, they own the house, and then they're waiting to put their house on the market to time it with the ending of the lease so they can simultaneously move in. Now, on a spec home, let's say, and we definitely need to have a one-on-one conversation so that we can help you build the path to make that happen. But on a spec home, let's say, you like it, you want it, but it's still 4 months from being completed. Because we walked in a couple of models, we like that model. Okay, builder says, well, here's one that you can actually buy, but we're 4 months from being built. So we're very practiced in helping you do a simultaneous move, if that's going to be the best benefit to you. Some people will sell their house and then rent something. I'm very much of an advocate of trying to help you do a simultaneous move. But again, going back to the Martini method, we want to make sure it's the right house in the right location, not just something that you can get into.
Okay. Another issue that we had, we were down last February, and we find very few houses that have more than 1 or 2 car garages. We looked at a Coleman that had a house, the garage was listed as 2, but I could have put like 6 cars in there, which I really liked. But generally, as advertised, I have a shortage of cars, space, and storage. In terms of building a house to what will meet our needs, is it going to be a huge problem to find somebody that will build us some extra garage space? Because right now I'm down to 5 cars.
So what neighborhood did you look at that, that Coleman home?
Oyster Harbor
Oyster Harbor?
and Winding River.
Winding
Yeah.
River, probably? It was on Weston.
No, that was in Winding River.
Okay, I'm just saying.
But the other one was in Oyster Harbor.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So you see this image of my team sitting on the dock?
Yep.
That's my dock on the end of my property in Oyster Harbor. So obviously I'm familiar with it. And David Coleman. So you probably looked at a house that I had listed in Oyster Harbor. But anyhow, so the answer to your question, we got to pick the right home site. So be it in fact, I've got a parcel that I just put on the market yesterday in Winding River that has 121 feet of road frontage, and it's perfect for a 3-car garage in Winding River. It's an amazing parcel.
Okay. With the HOAs, I'm sure it's site specific, but if I have 5 cars in a 3-car garage, 2 are going to be sitting. Obviously, one's going to be a daily driver, but I have other cars that I don't want sitting out. Is that going to be an issue in most places? With cars being out?
Just about all of these communities allow you to have a car on your driveway, not in the street, but on your driveway.
Okay.
Winding River allows it. Oyster Harbor allows it. So the answer, and River Sea allows it. So the answer to your question is yes.
Okay. All right. The highway that was being put through, what's the status of that?
The highway that's being put on
It was put through,
They were-
improved.
on 211.
Yeah, 211.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And MJ, I did see you raise your hand, so please be patient. I will absolutely answer your question. So here, this 211 corridor here. So it is there. This is a big deal because at right here at this intersection, which is Midway, and down to here, there's going to be an overpass. They're building the overpass here.
Okay.
But the short answer to your question is we're still looking at 2026 to having this road completed. They're making quite a lot of progress on building this overpass now. So after they build that overpass there, then I anticipate they'll build the overpass here. And then when all of this is completed in around 2026, then they are going to start working on this section there. So 2030.
Okay. I was just curious because it seemed
Thank
like
you.
the traffic flow was pretty brisk. And for a demographic that's basically revolves around retirement age people, it seemed a lot of the traffic was pretty quick. And I was led to believe that that was supposed to help lessen the amount and possible of traffic out there. So I was just curious. No question, just an observation.
Yeah. Let me answer this question real quick. Susan.
Oh, no, go ahead. Thank you. I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, and it's Bob and Jill. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Susan, will any of these communities have beach houses? Good question, Susan. Nope. So in 19, I don't know, somewhere around 2000 and 8, I think they put a moratorium on all new beach houses. So Ocean Ridge is one of the few that has that. MJ, your mic is on. What question can I answer for you?
I didn't raise my hand.
Oh, okay. All right. But nice to speak to you, Annie.
You too.
Okay. Any other questions that I can answer for anyone? Well, awesome. Thank you so much. In the chat, there's a link in the chat for our website, nccoastallivinghomes.com. Please feel free to reach out to us at any point in time. Sue, did you have a question?
Yeah, Chris, what do you think about this insurance situation that's going on right now that they're talking about?
Good question. So the what the insurance board or whoever those people are, the last time that they wanted to raise the insurance rates, they hit high, and then we settled at a lower amount. So they're hitting pretty high this time. And so we do anticipate our insurance rates are going to go up. How high they will go is to be determined. So anybody that owns property on a beach and myself on a river, we're looking at a increase of anywhere from hopefully 40%, but they're requesting 71% for this coastal region. But we just really don't know where that's gonna pan out. Bob, you had a question?
Nope.
So Sue, let's keep our fingers crossed.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Good question. Thank you for bringing that up. And I do plan on having a webinar on insurance rates coming here in the immediate future.
Good.
Great.
So awesome, everyone. Thank you for logging on. We'll send you out an email with a link to our website in case you didn't get it, but feel free to reach out to us anytime, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Good night.
Okay.
Memorial Bridge where traffic is moving at this time. And your first alert traffic, this isn't the same picture.